What was? You know, I have the gloves too, but I wasn't gonna go that far. There's
what?
I don't know.
Hey, you give me cool stuff to play around with, like this, these.
All right, so what are they watching right now?
You're welcome to Cheap Pops. I'm Nick.
I'm Dave, and this is our review of the Royal Rumble episode. Also, I've got some stuff of mine to show. We have display stuff, Rumble winners, Rumble participants, people that never have been anywhere near the Royal Rumble, and of course Slim Jim sponsored one of the matches at the Royal Rumble, so I have one of my 3 Slim Jim tins with a former wrestler now in AEW, Adam Copeland, once known as Edge. I can't believe
Step into it.
Yeah, I of all the trademarks that WWE let lapse, I'm surprised Edge didn't.
Right.
I mean, they did let the Rated R Superstar part become.
Yeah, they did.
But we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble, which I watched all of it. Somebody didn't watch all of it. He just kind of skimmed through it, but you know.
But he still gives me cool stuff to play with.
That's true, I do. It wasn't a great Rumble season, and there's news that has come out today. I don't even know if you know this. I'll talk about later. That's kind of puts a monkey wrench into WrestleMania. But it started out with Hulk Hogan doing the open of the show. Voicing over, which he's a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. He's from the area, St. Petersburg, Clearwater. That's where he's from. So I get Hulk Hogan, and I mean it's Hulk Hogan, doing a voiceover. I'm glad they started out with the Women's Rumble match. Nothing against the women, but the men's match is the standard, is the classic. It should close the show all the time, in my opinion. But maybe I'm sounding like a chauvinist pig. I don't know. But you're going to run out of water by the time I'm done.
I don't know. This thing is 40 ounces.
Right. So
should they start calling me Star Nick?
Oh, my God. Nobody's going to call you that but you. The first surprise of the Rumble, one of the few, was Naomi was number 2. In 2022, she went from May 2023 until she left probably just like a few weeks ago in Impact Wrestling. She was the Impact Wrestling champion, and why? She was at, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9 months, and she won the title like within a month of her being there. So you sacrificed your women's title to just have her go back to WWE. I don't get it, but did she really mean that much to your business that you needed to give her the Knockouts title? I don't know.
It's just like the Jungle Boy thing.
Right. But the big surprise to me, number 5, Jordynne Grace, the Knockouts champion, showed up. That, right. Other than it being Jordynne Grace, it's still cool that the TNA Knockouts champion was in a Royal Rumble. The TNA Knockouts champion, and then when Jordynne Grace came out, Corey Graves mentioned that Jordynne Grace was Naomi, but Trinity and Impact was the one that Jordynne Grace beat for the title. So it was, at least it got mentioned.
Yeah.
And Jordynne Grace was in for a long time, so that was really cool.
At least they didn't just, okay, you're just going to make a little quick appearance.
Right. One thing I did want to mention was, I'm such a wrestling nerd that I picked up on this. At one point, when Bayley and Asuka were in the match, or it might have been somebody else that was a team, Pat McAfee said to Cole, has there ever been 2 winners of a Rumble? And he said no, but there was an overtime with John Cena and Batista. And my brain thinks, well, in 1994, there were 2 winners, Lex Luger and Bret Hart. He was all night long, he's going through a sheet of statistics of stuff that people that have done in the Rumble. Somebody couldn't have been in his ear, anybody in that company,
right,
and said, I'm surprised Corey Graves didn't point it out. He could have pushed a button and said it silently to Cole through the headset. That Luger and Bret Hart, that stuff just drives me nuts that they ignore things like that. And Cole's been in that company for over 20 years, he should know things like that. He's called Royal Rumbles. They've talked about that match. And I get that they talked about Cena and Batista going out at the same time, and yes, they weren't co-winners, but the fact that he asked a specific question and Cole just blatantly said no without anybody fact-checking that at all.
It's sad. It really is.
It really is. When Valhalla came out, R-Truth's music hit, and he comes out, and of course he's all confused. He gets in the ring, stares down Nia Jax, who I thought was going to win. Thank God she didn't. Spoiler alert.
No, we none of us even picked the right one.
Yeah, so R-Truth comes out. He's asking everybody where the men are, and, did he get thrown out, or did they just pull him out? I can't remember.
He was thrown out.
Okay, and then Adam Pearce comes out and says, it's the women's match, she can be in, and you need to be out, and it was... R-Truth's a classic. R-Truth's the best, one of the best things going in the business right now.
That wasn't his only best performance throughout the night.
No, it wasn't. Another big surprise, Jade Cargill, formerly of AEW, was number 28. She was really impressive. She threw out Nia Jax. I mean, just lifted her up and threw her out, which is great because I don't want to see Nia Jax in the women's main event at WrestleMania. Who really does? I don't know what she's got over somebody, or if it's just because she's cousins with The Rock, whatever, but I don't get it. The surprise number 30 entrant was Liv Morgan, who's been out with an injury. That's pretty cool. I mean, she's somebody that's worked really hard to get better, and, a former women's champion.
I still say that they cut her run a little bit too short.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, she beat Ronda Rousey for it, so
Thank God.
Right. One cool spot that I thought was really good was Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair both did gorilla presses in each other's faces of two. I can't remember who they were doing it to, but they're just standing there with other women just gorilla pressed straight above their head, and they dropped them both and then just stared at each other. I thought that was great.
What would be awesome is if they could have them both bring Jade her back and do a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
I mean, WrestleMania.
Oh, I'm sure that's where they're going. Either Jade against Nia Jax or Jade against Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair would be better.
Yeah.
Because it just, with Nia Jax, it would just look horrible. And
I got Charlotte Flair vibes off that.
And I wanted to say something because I just noticed it. As we talked about in our last episode, the Pro Wrestling Crate socks are hanging up in the background. Just wanted to point that out. The last three in the match were Liv Morgan, Jade Cargill, and Bayley. I think it's really cool that Jade was in the final three. And she was eliminated. It took two women to eliminate her by kicking her off the ring apron. Impressive debut by her. I mean, she's been at the Performance Center, so that I'm sure that helped her a lot. Bayley ended up winning. I did not expect Bayley to win.
Neither did I.
That's really cool. I don't know if she'll go against Rhea Ripley, or since Io Sky, part of Damage Control, is the SmackDown Women's Champion, if she'll go against Io Sky.
Well, I did send you a funny meme with the Batista win.
Yeah.
Go to SmackDown.
Yeah. That's what I don't know. But it wasn't. I mean, it was okay, and the same women. At least we didn't have like Tori Wilson or Kelly or the same women come back. The surprises were people that were in, the one, Jordynne Grace isn't on the roster, but, Liv Morgan and Jade Cargill. I actually wasn't expecting Jade Cargill. That was actually a surprise to me. It didn't even cross my mind. Like, I know she's in WWE, but I wasn't thinking about it, and that's really cool. The Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Universal title, I was actually surprised that this was before the U.S. title match, but maybe Roman wanted to go home early. I don't know. But no, he was there the whole night, so it wouldn't be that. Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight against Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight title.
Well, I had to laugh because we called it in the last episode about who got pinned in the match for the win.
Yeah, that's true. We did. It was a slow-paced match, which is unfortunately is the way all Roman Reigns matches are now. It wasn't really great. Of course, Solo Sikoa gets involved, and Roman retained the title.
Yeah.
Other than that, what really can you say about it? It's a four-man match where there's a lot of different pinfalls, and they're breaking up pinfalls, and it's just, I don't know. Not that I want to see I mean, I'd like to see LA Knight and Roman Reigns again as a single, or Roman and Orton or whatever. But the multi-man matches for me are just kind of now, because you kind of can predict. There's going to be one guy's going to do his finisher and go for the pinfall, and another guy's going to break it up. I don't know. Yeah. To me, the match of the night was the next match, United States title, Logan Paul against Kevin Owens. Of course, Kevin Owens had the broken hand, and Logan Paul worked on that through the whole match, like separating his fingers and all that stuff.
Ooh, the old school separating of the fingers.
Yeah, it was. But Kevin Owens kicked out of Logan Paul's punch, which was actually pretty cool, and Logan Paul got the Adam Cole surprise look on his face. The look of horror. Once again, the same thing they've done every single match. One of Logan Paul's stooges jumps the guardrail, and then they have the security guy go over to him, and Grayson Waller and Austin Theory came out, and then Theory gave Logan Paul a pair of knucks, and he went to go punch Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens grabbed him and used him himself without the referee seeing, and then the ref counts 1, 2, and on the 3 count, right before the 3 count, he sees that Owens has the brass knucks on his hands and disqualifies Kevin Owens. I get why they did it, but this whole Logan Paul having help to win the match is overdone. They've done it almost every time he's been out there. It's just stupid to me. One thing I did want to point out, did you notice that the countdown clock was C4 Energy? Logan Paul has an energy drink, the Prime Energy drink. How pissed was he that his drink wasn't the one, sponsoring the show? That was funny to me.
Yeah, it is.
And it was really cool because when they had the C4, logo and all that in the countdown clock, and when it would get to 4, it would go 5, 4, 3. When it would do 4, it would fade away, and the C4 logo would come up, and then it'd go back to being the. I thought that was a cool. Whoever came up with that's pretty creative.
That is pretty cool.
I thought that was cool.
Speaking of C4, when you go to play 2K23, you go to the backstage area, there's C4 energy drink machines.
That's cool. That's a cool product placement. I like that. So Logan Paul retains the title. Owens attacked Logan Paul after the match, powerbombed Logan Paul through the table. This was another thing that I was thinking about. Every time somebody gets, not thrown through the table now, what do they say? We can't see anything because we can't see our monitors. There's 50 tables stacked under every WWE ring. You can't just grab one of those, set it up, and put the monitors on one of those tables?
Right.
Well, why can't you do that? That's a glaring mistake to me that just makes no sense, where they say, oh, well, we can't see anything because we don't have our monitors. There's stacks of tables underneath every WWE ring all the time. That's just, I don't know why. Just, Macho Man Randy Savage, we have Bash at the Beach 95 playing, and Macho Man Randy Savage has come out, who was in a Slim Jim commercial on the pay-per-view. Really cool. So we get right to the Men's Rumble. Number 1 is Jey Uso, number 2 is Jimmy Uso. That's cool. I mean, good story, and all that. Number 4, Andrade makes his return.
I didn't see that coming.
I mean, as soon as the way he left AEW, getting beat straight out by Miro and tapping out,
right?
I knew he was going to be in the Rumble. I mean, number 20 though was a kind of a surprise, and the word is that this was supposed to be Brock Lesnar's number, but with all the stuff that's going on right now, Brock Lesnar's not going to be in the Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker. It was really cool to see him square up with Gunther. I thought that was really
nice.
Cool. He's fired up. He's got a lot of spunk. He does the spear, and I wanted to say this. Too many people are doing the spear. I wrote a list. Lashley, Roman, Braun Breaker, Christian, Adam Copeland, Charlotte. And if you want to call the Gore spear, that's Rhino too. I'm sure there's others that I'm not thinking about, but just offhand, that's 7 people that do the spear. It's unneeded. It's kind of like the DDT now or the super kick.
You know the one DDT I miss? Taking a look back in the day, WWF, we met him already. Mm-hmm. Gangrel, the Impaler.
Yeah, the Impaler was really cool, and it was a lot better when Gangrel did it than the crappy one that Edge ended up doing. But like I said, too many people use it. Pat McAfee, did you see Pat McAfee? He was in there for like 30 seconds. All he did was climb over the ropes and climb back in, and then once he saw Omos, he climbed back out again. That's a waste of a spot, in my opinion. That was stupid, and he acted like, oh, well, he didn't even know that they were going to put him in the match. That was dumb to me, and I don't know. Did you see when Punk came out? Did it seem like after the initial reaction, the crowd was dead for him after that?
Yeah.
That was really, really weird to me. Like, he's had so much fanfare since he's come back, and then they do that. That seems really off to me. Punk used number 30 was Sammy. Most people expected The Rock to come out, you know.
You forgot the one best part of the match.
Oh, I did?
Tag me!
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, R-Truth. That's right. When R-Truth came out, Dominic Mysterio was in trouble, and R-Truth just stood on the apron and...
You mean Tom and Nick?
Tom and Nick, yeah. R-Truth had his hand out to accept the tag, and eventually Dom tagged him in, and Dom ended up getting, thrown out anyways. So yeah, R-Truth is great. I mean, and he ended up getting eliminated by Damian Priest. So it was funny. It was great. R-Truth should have a job there for life. Yes. He's such a classic. But Sammy came out number 30, got a huge pop because he's been injured and he's coming back. But I'm sure most people thought it was going to be The Rock. Punk used a pedigree on Cody Rhodes. Cody and Punk were the last two, and at one point after that, he said, I haven't come back after 10 years to lose to Dusty's kid. And then he ended up losing the match. So,
and your winner was Stardust.
Cody won. He pointed to the WrestleMania sign, and then he pointed at Roman. And Roman and Paul's look was, the looks, their facials are always great. So Cody Rhodes becomes only the fourth person to be a back-to-back Royal Rumble winner. Hulk Hogan, 1990 and 1991. Shawn Michaels, 95 and 96. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 97 and 98. And now Cody Rhodes, 2023 and 2024.
But there's still only one person that won it 3 times.
Yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's right. I hope that'll never be done again.
Oh, I know.
So... any video game news or anything that's going on right now?
Did I already say it? Or did I say it before we started recording?
What?
That the extra content, they're going to be doing Cody Rhodes, but they're going to have Stardust.
I'm going to stop handing you things because you have way too much fun with that stuff.
They're going to have Stardust, the dashing Cody Rhodes, and the mortified dashing Cody Rhodes,
where he's wearing a face mask.
Yes, yeah. For one of the DLCs.
If they have guys coming out with the paper bags,
that would be awesome.
That would make I would be happy with that.
Yes.
Oh, the other news that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you saw it. Apparently, CM Punk tore his triceps muscle in the Royal Rumble match. And
I saw something about him.
He's going to be out for a while, so he might miss WrestleMania, which completely screws up the WrestleMania plans if that's the case. I don't know if he'll be able to tape it up and go, and if he can't hurt it any more than he already has. I don't know, but that sucks. And that's the same injury he had in AEW, which I think after something like that, it's easier to tear it again. But yeah, that's if he's going to get labeled as injury prone and he just signed like a multi-million-dollar deal, that really, really sucks. So, but I wanted to show some things because we really didn't have a lot to talk about. I got this at a Comic-Con. I love this. The only thing I don't like about it is it has no holes so I can hang it on my car. I think I'm actually going to tape it to the back window at some point. But Back to the Future Part 2, I think this is really, really cool. I think I've talked about this before. When I was 11 years old, we went to see the WWF, not him, me and my dad and my cousin, went to see the WWF house show at the Glens Falls Civic Center, and there were no guardrails, and I was sitting right on the aisle where the Zamboni comes out. It was like maybe a 12-foot, entranceway to the ring. So I got really good pictures of the wrestlers coming out and stuff like that. And since I was front row, I got good pictures of them in the ring. And this one is of Brian Knobbs running to the ring. And I met him and Jerry Saggs at with this shady guy that was stealing money from people, and he had a store in the local mall, but he would bring in really big names for his autograph signings, and one of them was the Nasty Boys, and I mentioned that I had the picture, and he said, well, I'd like to sign it, can you go get it? How far away do you live? And I'm like, I don't know, I live like 20 minutes away. He's like, well, we'll wait. And I drove home after he signed my other stuff. I got the picture, I brought it back, and he wrote, "Stay Nasty, Brian Knobbs" on it. This is really cool to me because this is one of a kind. Nobody else has this picture, and nobody else will have this autograph on this picture. This to me
and that is awesome. They actually waited for you to go get that.
Right, and that and that's that. I like that interaction with wrestlers where they really care about their fans and they wanted to do something special for me. And another thing, this is kind of going into the theme of getting pictures that I took signed. Rebby Sky, who is the wife of Matt Hardy, and I'll post pictures of these, but I took the picture at an event, and then the next time they were at the event, when I knew they were going to be there, I printed it out and I had them sign it. So to me, that's really cool that nobody else has that picture either. That's a picture that I took with both of their autographs on it. So,
and this man has a lot of stuff.
This is true, I do. This one, I love this. Matt Mick Foley at an event at the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame when it was in Amsterdam.
Oh, have mercy!
Yeah, and I had the official Dude Love, the official photograph that I bought at a merch table at a wrestling show. So I brought that with me.
And that's the old Scratch logo too on the bottom.
Yeah. This guy you don't know, Lucas Sharp. He was a Northeast independent wrestler. He ended up winning the CTWE title in 2015. And this is a picture that I took at an event before that. And I think the quality on it's really good because I got
that is really good.
I was on the aisleway, and I had him sign it. And this to me is the coolest part about being a fan, is when you can get personalized stuff like this. This one.
Oh, I know how much you love both of them.
Yeah. The Bella Twins. I met them at a show in 2012, and then I got the picture blown up and got them to autograph it. So I don't even know if you know who this is, but old school manager Oliver Humperdinck. I met him at a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame event. The guy that had this table, he was just selling these old photographs. They weren't autographed, but they were photographs of everybody that was at the event, which is a great idea. If you know you have genuine photos of the people that are going to be at the event, and you're selling them there, that's genius in my opinion. And so I thought that was cool. This might be one of the best photos I have ever taken. It's not autographed, but I believe this is one of the best I've ever taken.
Yes!
One of my favorites from the indie scene, Brian Anthony, staring down Roddy Piper as Piper's doing a promo in the ring. I love this picture. I can never get it signed because Piper, is no longer with us. And I really don't want Brian Anthony to sign it and then not have Piper's autograph on it. I'd rather just have the picture itself. But to me, I love this one. This one, there's one I took with Matt Hardy and a couple local wrestlers, Swinger Sadusky and Shane Alden, doing the V1 sign, to the ropes. I think that's one of my best ones. And then there's one with Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper in the ring, where they hadn't been in the ring together since WrestleMania 19. And this was like 2012. So like 9 years they hadn't been in the ring together, and I got a picture of the two of them in the ring. This guy's another local independent guy from Connecticut, AJ Cruz, but he's pointing to it was Brickomania is the CTWE's, it was their major event, but he's pointing to their banner, and that's cool because it's like a WrestleMania thing, and it's a picture I took, and he signed it. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but you didn't bring anything to show today. That's
No.
that's rare.
It's just right there.
And we still have the cane mask, but it's like show and tell today. I like this. This is fun. This one I like just because it looks amazing. I've met Velvet Sky a few times, but her body is just covered in copious amounts of tape, but you know, it's not covering everything, so I bought that from her and I got it signed because I guess I'm just...
Well, we get Oreo cookies from Bubba Ray, though.
That's true, and she was there too, so...
I don't care, I want the Oreos!
Right. On a previous episode, we talked about how I had seen Sasha Banks back when she was Mercedes. I saw her last independent match before she went to NXT.
We started watching that, too.
Yes, we have. But I also mentioned that Frankie Arion, who was a Connecticut wrestler, beat her unmerciful
Yes, he
with a
did.
steel chair. And I wanted to show, this is a picture I took of him with a bunch of title belts, and he signed that as well. So, this guy...
He beat the out of her with
Yeah,
it.
he really did. He beat the crap out of her. Trained many of the ECW talent like Devon Dudley and Bubba and Johnny Rods. I mean, he was pretty much a jobber, but I mean, he's in the WWE Hall of Fame, so it was cool to meet him and get his autograph. I wish this was at one of the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame events, and I've talked about it before. You could either get an autograph or you could go behind the table and get a picture, which to me is stupid.
Right.
Because you could have done the autograph line, and then you could have let people go behind the table and do pictures. It wouldn't have taken up any more time.
No.
To me, it was stupid, and it's not really fair, because I can verify that I was there because I have the ticket, and I can verify the date of the event, but the fact that I don't have the picture to verify it too it kind of sucks. You know?
Right.
So, this is another photo that I bought at an official event, or at an event, and it's in one of the official... This was a weird thing in the ECW thing with Colin Delaney and Tommy Dreamer. It was a really weird storyline where he took Colin Delaney under his wing and, you know, all that. But I don't remember what event I met Colin Delaney at. It might have been an independent show. But to have both Dreamer and Colin Delaney on this I like that a lot.
Then Colin Delaney would side with Mark Henry and try to attack. It was stupid.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Ho!
From 1999, when he was the WCW janitor, but at the same time the TV champion, and he had the TV title belt with him when he was there.
He dug it out of the garbage, people.
Yeah,
he saved that belt.
It was at the Glens Falls Civic Center. He was there. It's his hometown. He was there to, you know, help sell tickets, and he had the TV title with him, and I got that signed. I don't know why I didn't get a picture with him. I might not have had a camera at that point, because it was 99, and I just didn't have a disposable camera with me.
Right.
We talked about this guy.
R-Truth.
Back when he was Ron the Truth Killings. This was a autograph deal that went through TNA's website back in the day. I have other ones. I'll show them at some point, but there was like Ron the Truth Killings, Jerry Lynn doing the Cradle Pile Driver was one, AJ Styles, both Chris Harris and James Storm, Senshi. There was a bunch that was in this whole bundle, and it was really cool. And because it came from the TNA website, you knew that they were authentic autographs. So.
Just like when it's coming from the WWE website.
Exactly. This guy was in the Royal Rumble as well. I do not like his new music, but he knows cool. It's Carlito, and it's another official, you know.
Carlito, cool.
Yeah. I really hate his new music.
I know.
This is a guy that you said you've wanted to meet.
Yes. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man.
Right. And even though he didn't personalize it, it's a picture of me with him, so... You know,
everybody's got a price.
Yeah, this I do not. Well, it had to have been either early 2011 or 2010 because it says 9/18/11 on the back of it. That's when it was printed. So that's this character. I'm getting this,
yes!
framed because I have an autograph card and then I have a card with a piece of his mask in it. Eventually, I'm going to get these matted and framed together. One of the greatest characters in TNA history, Curry Man. He's hot, he's spicy, he's Curry Man. It was such a great character for Christopher Daniels, and he had done it previously in Japan. So, but it was just such a great character.
Still, my favorite match is the fit, and I shared it to you on.
Yeah, and you didn't even know I was going to bring this out today.
The Fish Market Street Fight
was great, and Curry Man had like a ding dong on a fishing rod, and he was like dangling in front of Bully Ray, and Bully Ray was, you know, it was great. That was really cool. But it was one of the great characters, and like the storyline that he did where he was trying to get with Christy Hemme,
yeah,
you know, and he ended up, she passed out or she got knocked out at one point, and he's like cradling her head and stuff. It was Curry Man was great. It was really great.
Another good one, Shark Boy.
Shark Boy was really cool too. I really. And then you had Eric Young as Super Eric. That was the Prince Justice Brotherhood. That was really cool.
And we've met Robbie twice.
Yes, and I've met Cookie as well. But Robbie E and Cookie, that was the Jersey Shore stuff.
The Jersey Shore knockoff right there.
But Robbie E was doing this before he was in TNA, and he's a great guy. He's great.
He really is a great guy.
Well, I don't know. He's Robert Stone in WWE right now, so I don't know if you'll have to meet him at Access or something like that.
He was a really good guy to meet.
Yes, he really appreciates his fans. He's a really great guy.
What was really cool, when we had a table, he actually sat right next to us.
That's true, yeah, that's right. That was, this I'm getting framed with my Super Shredder card, and I have a TNA autograph card. But this, Kevin Nash, I mean, it's as Diesel. I was hoping he would sign it as Diesel, but it's just it's a blown up version of the trading card that they had in 1994, well 95, but it's the 94 Diesel. But this is really cool. I love this thing.
Should we talk about the fight that you got over him about Shredder?
Yes, I mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. So there was a photo online of somebody that had gotten a 2-pack of Shredder and I think it was Splinter.
Yeah, Splinter.
From the first movie, signed by Kevin Nash, the first Ninja Turtles movie. And my thing was, well, why would you do that? It's not that Kevin Nash was not in that movie. And Kevin Nash said, I was Shredder. And I said, yes, you were Shredder, but you were not Shredder in that movie. That is not you. That one had purple. First of all, that one had purple, stuff on. You were not that version of Shredder. It was the same guy, granted, in the movie, but you were not in that movie, so getting you to sign that version of Shredder from that movie is stupid. And he didn't reply, and a lot of other people, said stuff, but I know I'm right, and Kevin Nash is wrong, and I have no problem saying that. So
wait, these gloves are purple. Can I have him sign these?
I don't care. Go ahead. But this right here, this one is for you. Because I'm never going to do anything with it, and I really think you'll like it. So
yes,
and that's an official 8x10. That's not a knockoff. So
and because you know how much I love the Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
And in our last episode, we talked about people doing lazy autographs because of the Mustafa Ali one, which was just an MA in the Pro Wrestling Crate. Well, I met Cheeseburger a few years ago.
Cheese B!
So what does he do? He does just 2 Dave CB, and then he draws a cheeseburger. Cool that he drew the cheeseburger. But your name is just Cheeseburger. You can't write out Cheeseburger as an autograph. You just do CB.
Right?
This to me is lazy. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy does his full name, and he does artwork every time.
Yes.
This Cheeseburger drew a cheeseburger. That's cool. But to just do CB to me is just stupid. This we've talked about before. The Monday, the Nitro Grill menu, an official menu. This is not one that was sold as a souvenir. I have the cover of this, and I get it autographed. It has Glacier on it. It has Scott Norton, Scott Steiner, Scott Hall, and hopefully it's going to have Eric Bischoff on it soon. So I wanted to go through some of this because it's
Oh, this man's gonna make me hungry now.
okay. So the first thing, it says ringside, which is but instead of appetizers it says undercard, and the
Wrestling rings
instead of onion rings, broken fingers instead of chicken fingers, Macho Man nachos. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure because he didn't like the Nacho Man thing when they did the Billionaire Ted thing, but still, I don't think I'd want to say Macho Man nachos after that, but whatever. Headlock hot wings. Clothesline quesadilla.
Oh my god.
Choke slam cheese fries. The Gut Buster, a combination of Nelson's ribs, headlock hot wings, jackknife fried cheese, and broken fingers.
Oh my god.
Coconut shrimp at the jackknife fried cheese. Starcade Caesar. Oh, Nature Boys soups and salads. I don't know. The Starcade Caesar salad. The Slammin' steak salad. Chokehold chili.
He's not making this up.
No, I'm totally not.
No, he's gonna post pictures about this.
Bone jarring soup of the day. I don't. Full house salad, ringside salad, and then hey, planning a party special event. Get ringside with me. Plan to meet where the big boys eat. For more information, just call me. And it's got Goldberg with like a fork and a knife. I guarantee you Goldberg never did an appearance at this restaurant in Las Vegas. Just, I'm telling you, he didn't. Let's see. On the Ropes, which is their drinks. Add $3.50 for a souvenir glass. That's actually pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Power Tea, Body Slam, Bashed at the Beach. Brain Freezers, Nitro Loco. Woo! The Top Rope Margarita, the Powerbomb Slide. Let's see. Lemon Leg Drop, Fear the Spear, Shooting Star, and Stinger Splash. That's under the Sharpshooters, which I'm imagining.
Then you got Brain Freeze.
Yeah, that's I'm sure that's their shots. But the Wine List, the Frozen All Natural Smoothies, they call that the Fans.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Chart Busters, Burger and Sandwich Pack. The Thunder Burger. Wow. That must have been the Sting Burger, the Hogan Burger. The Diamond Dallas Burger. I like that. The DDB. That's pretty
That is friggin' awesome.
I mean, how is the Gold Burger not the number one on
right?
I guess you get murdered if you eat the steak, the Crippler Crossface steak. The Havoc Chicken Sandwich, the Super Brawl Steak Sandwich. See, now in here, listen up. Souvenir menus are available in my gift shop. No 5-finger discounts. Well, I have a story about that, actually.
Woo!
Yeah. The main event, smothered chicken, Nelson's famous ribs, half Nelson and kickin' chicken, figure 4 fajitas. The bodybuilder, the big boy's favorite, 3 grilled chicken breasts and 2 baked potatoes. That sounds like something Lex Luger would eat. Suplex seafood, I like that.
Oh my god!
Superplex salmon fillet, the backbreaker beer battered shrimp, power plant pasta, I like that. Jimmy Hart's pasta, and then the penne pile-up. Title match, this must be the main, oh yeah. Diamond Cuts, the Booker T-Bone. That's good.
That's good.
The Spring Stampede Sirloin, I like that. The Flying Filet, the Big Sexy Porterhouse. I don't know. The Broken Rib Black Eye instead of the broken, the chocolate power, the Takedown Desserts, Chocolate Power Bomb, the Cheesecake Uncensored. I think you should have said Uncensored Cheesecake, but whatever. Heavyweight Hot Fudge Sundae, I like that. The Meltdown Mud Pie. Now, you might not understand what Meltdown is. That was the name of Wrath's finishing move, the Meltdown. So I like that. And the Big Boy Brownie. I do like that. That's pretty cool. But the story on this menu was, my parents went out to Vegas. I was only, let's see, it was 99. So I was only 18 at the time. So taking me to Vegas I would have been sitting in the hotel room or just going to restaurants. I don't think I would have even been allowed in the casinos at that point. So they said, what would you want, from Vegas? And I said, I only want one thing. I want a menu from the Nitro Grill. I do not want a souvenir menu. I want a menu. And knowing my dad's a charmer, and but it was actually my mom who got me this menu. She told the woman that the only thing I wanted was the menu, and then she kind of fibbed a little bit and said that I was sick, and that was the reason I couldn't come to Vegas. So the waitress gave her an official menu. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it has happened before, and she was like, I don't, probably getting paid crappy and anyways, and didn't really give a shit. And so I got an official menu, and it was really, really cool when they got home. And
I'm wondering how many of these actually walked out the door, though.
that's true. I'd kind of like to... I think I'm going to go on eBay and find out if there's any actually available, because there might not have been... Because I would imagine when that grill sold, or went out of business, they just tossed that stuff right out. Or somebody grabbed a bunch of them, but that's a good idea. I wonder how many are actually on the market. This is something that I will never open.
Mr. Sacco!
This was at a wrestling event at an independent show.
And it's WWF
Yes,
too.
this is the WWF one, 1999. So this was right when he was doing his comedy stuff. I have one that I have opened, and that I'm going to display at one point. But it actually says the Mr. Sacco on the back.
Yes!
I will never open this because it's worth more money not open. That's why I bought two, so I could open one.
Like we do with our action figures,
yes.
people.
This I've never seen before. I bought this at a Comic-Con.
Ooh.
I've seen, like, I went on eBay and I saw, like, versions of this, but they're Batman, like, stories, and they're just, it's like somebody reading it's like an audio book.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hate that it has the clearance thing taken out of it, but I just thought this was really cool. Gorilla City and Mystery of the Scarecrow Corpse, and Power Records, and so I thought this was really cool. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like $25, but it's still sealed, but it has the little thing on it. I hate that part of it, but I thought that was really cool. This I love. And of course, the guy lied to me, saying it was still sealed. It is not still sealed because there's tape holding it together. Yes, there is plastic around it, but that's after, because for one thing, when I first bought it, the cassette was slid down a little bit, and I had to push it back up. When I go down to Florida and see my folks, I'm always looking at vinyl records at these, because I want to find Pile Driver and I want to find the wrestling album. A lot of times if I ask, they'll say, no, we don't have it, or yes, we do. One time I went down, I think it was like the second year I went down, I had, what was it? I had a Macho Man shirt on. And we were walking by this booth, and I went to the vinyl, and it was just this old guy sitting there. He was just listening to music, and he was, running the booth. And he looked up and he saw my shirt, and he saw me looking through the things, and he was like, well, I don't have it on record, but I have the cassette version that comes in the vinyl, size, and, do you want that? And I said, hell yeah, I want that. Even if it's the cassette, I don't care. So it is the wrestling album, but of course they scratched out album and put cassette. I am eventually, even with the plastic, I'll leave it the way it is. I am going to get a frame, a vinyl frame, and I'm going to hang this up. But to me, this is really, really cool.
And speaking of Macho Man, there he is.
Yeah, Macho Man and Liz are on there. Let's see. Let me count how many people I've met that are on this cover. Let's see. Greg the Hammer Valentine, Cowboy Bob Orton, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Jimmy Hart, both the Killer Bees beat Brian Blair, and Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, Hulk Hogan, Mean Gene Okerlund, Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Hillbilly Jim, Captain Lou Albano, let's see, Paul Orndorff, and George the Animal Steele.
That's 15!
Holy crap, that's a lot. Think about all the money that I've spent in my lifetime if I had all that money back just to meet all these people, but it's worth it to me.
It is.
But this was the first appearance of Hillbilly Jim's entrance music, Don't Go Messing with a Country Boy, Mean Gene singing Tutti Frutti, all the wrestlers singing Land of a Thousand Dances, the Junkyard Dogs Grab Them Cakes song on there, Jimmy Hart singing Eat Your Heart Out, Rick Springfield. This is the debut. See, what does it say under Real American, which is Hulk Hogan's theme?
BMI.
and it says Wyndham and Rotunda's theme. That was originally the theme that was going to be used for Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham, the U.S. Express. That was going to be their theme, but they ended up using it for Hulk Hogan. So
that's actually pretty cool and really rare.
And then it says Hulk Hogan's theme down on the bottom, the WWF All-Stars. I don't know if he ever used it as his theme. Oh, wait. We got to add a couple more names to the people I've met.
Roddy
Piper and Nikolai Volkov. So that's 17 off of this one album that I've met. I wish I had the vinyl.
You got Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah, I already said Hillbilly Jim, but and Jimmy Hart's on the back.
Did you say the Iron Sheik?
I have not met the Iron Sheik.
Oh.
And I never will, because he's dead. So that's really cool. I wish I had the vinyl, and eventually I will find him. It's just...
It's hard to find a lot of this.
Yeah, and I don't want to pay the price that you'll find on eBay for
Right.
these. This I'll probably never open either. I got this for Christmas, and WWE edition of Monopoly. I believe, I want to say 2013 because Punk is on it. I don't know. There's no. Wait. It says copy. No, it just says all WWE programming. Oh, 2014. Yep. So I'm sure
either just before or just after he left.
Yeah, they probably printed this before he left and then released it after. But I mean, well, this doesn't age well. Vince McMahon's on the money.
Oh my God!
But the tokens for this: the WWE Championship title, a boot, Money in the Bank briefcase, a ladder, a WWE, like a little WWE logo token, and then a ring mic. So it says tokens not shown in actual size. I probably will never open this. Maybe if we want to one day actually do a video of us playing this. But I probably won't.
We'll try to see if we can find a second one.
Probably. I would imagine it's probably not that hard to find.
Yeah.
What you got?
But if you're going to play Monopoly, be the banker. Be the banker, people.
Yep. So, I don't really, unless you've got something else to talk about, I really don't. We got the Wrestling Classic coming up where, let's see, Elias and Barry Windham and RVD, Eric Bischoff.
I want to show off the back of Jimmy Hart.
You go right ahead and do that.
This looks super awesome.
The fact that you're still wearing those gloves makes me happy. That's actually... But it's the the WCW version of Jimmy Hart when Hulk Hogan debuted. Jimmy Hart always had cool airbrush stuff.
Yes, I liked the one that he had for the Giant, and he did have a couple for himself, with himself on it, which was really awesome.
Yeah, and there was one point where Bobby Heenan said, "Look at that! Even when Jimmy Hart's got his back to you, he's looking at you." That's really cool. Yeah, we like to display, certain things from time to time. Like I've got the LA Knight, sunglasses and Baby Umaga and Slim Jim tin.
And we got old school WWF Kane with the old school WWF title belt.
Right, and we will show more of our collections as we go because believe me, there's a lot. I mean, the 8x10s that I've shown here.
That's not even scratching the surface.
The tip of the iceberg of stuff I've got. And I've got posters I want to show and stuff like that.
Do you have the actual menu?
I don't know where. I have it somewhere. I know it's out in my my stuff somewhere. I do not.
Next time people show
I'll definitely show it. So we're going to review this because this came in the Pro Wrestling Crate. We showed this on our last episode. That probably will be part of the next episode, and we'll talk about more WWE news and AEW news and stuff like that.
The one thing I do want to ask a favor is next time you go down to Florida, take this with you, please. And if Hulk Hogan's there, I want it autographed.
I will. And if it doesn't happen, they do where you can mail stuff in and get it signed. So I will. I'll put it in a hard protector and I will bring it down and I will get it signed for you.
Yes.
So, other than that, you got anything else you want to talk about? Want to do your glove thing again?
Join me with it.
No, I'm not. I'll put them back on, but I'm not going to do that stupid thing. So the Wrestling Classic.
You know you love Stardust.
Yeah, the Wrestling Classic. Rob Van Dam, Eric Bischoff, Elias, Matt Riddle, Brooke Tessmacher, the British Bulldog's daughter, Gangrel, Hornswoggle. There's a lot that are going to be there. I'm most excited about meeting Eric Bischoff. We're going to be there. We're going to have a table. We're going to do trivia. We're going to have a contest where you name our character from our logo, and you'll win a prize if we pick yours. We got a lot of stuff that we're gonna have candy. We're gonna have all same kind of stuff we had last year. You know, the free packs of trading cards, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but the Stardust gloves, I'll probably never wear these again. But,
I will. I like these.
Check out, just search for Zombie Hideout or Captain's Corner on Facebook. That's the easiest way of doing it because that's where they post most of the announcements. And there is a Facebook page for the Wrestling Classic, but they don't really put much on it. It's just got the date and the time and the place and all that. It's in Springfield, Massachusetts, March 23rd. If you can Google, you can find it. It's not that hard. Just put Wrestling Classic 4 into the search bar on Facebook and it's going to come right up. We have posted stuff on our social media about it, so you can see it there as well. At Cheap Pop Show on every platform, pretty much Facebook, Instagram, which we don't do as much, but we're gonna. TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever they want to call it now.
On the next show, we might have some.
Oh yeah, we will do Nick's picks because you picked some good ones. So.
Yes. Should we tell them? Shall we?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Give a little spoiler.
Yes, go right ahead.
Royal Rumble, 1998, and Sold Out, 1998.
Which happened in the same month, I believe, like a couple weeks apart.
Yep.
That's a really cool one. I actually just watched the 1998 Royal Rumble a few days ago, but I'll watch it again because it is a really good one. But I like the dichotomy of watching WWF and WCW from the same month to contrast and compare what they were doing.
And I'll have a surprise on the table.
Oh, okay, all right.
You already know what the surprise is.
I do. But, so we'll do Nick's picks. We'll talk about news and notes because I'm sure more Vince McMahon stuff is going to come out. I'm pretty sure more Chris Jericho news is going to come out.
Are you going to go on another rant?
No, but if at in last week's episode, just, I think it was 25. I think this one's 26. I can't remember.
26.
So just look at episode 25. My rant on Vince McMahon. I think it's the chef's kiss. I think it's tremendous. And like I said in it, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. I'm just saying.
Just saying, people.
But, check out the Wrestling Classic. It'll be a great event. Come by and see us. Just talk to us. We'll tell you about the show, and tell us you hate the show, tell us you like the show.
Before we end, been wanting to talk about the one match. I don't know if we talked about it or not.
Okay.
But from Monday Nitro, this was the only time that Rey Mysterio ever competed for the WCW World Title.
He wrestled Ric Flair, right?
Yep.
I don't remember watching that. I was a WWF guy.
Yes.
I would switch back and forth between commercials, but I was not a WCW watcher until their pay-per-views were coming out on VHS, and I would go to rent videos, and I would see WCW. I would rent their videos. I still wouldn't watch Nitro, but I would rent their pay-per-views, and that's how I kept up with it. So I never saw... I think I watched it when you sent it to me. But I never saw it in real time, Rey Mysterio against Ric Flair. That's a really cool... it's a really cool Easter egg in the history of it.
It is.
So...
and it was just random.
Yeah. They did that every once in a while. They'd throw... Like Eddie Guerrero against Ric Flair or something like that. Yeah, they would do the random stuff.
The funny thing is, Ric Flair was the only one that was not afraid to go out there and face one-on-one with the Cruiserweights.
Yeah, he was... Well, I mean, Nash would do it with Rey Mysterio, but that was at a time where Mysterio was really hot, and there was a lot of interference with the NWO and stuff, so it was mainly to get Kevin Nash over.
Yeah, but Rick was not afraid to go out there.
Right. And I've said some bad stuff about Ric Flair because of the way he's acted the past few years, and if you've watched Dark Side of the Ring, Plane Ride from Hell, you get a kind of different perspective on Ric Flair. He's one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. You can't discount his in-ring work, the character that he was, and how good he was. I mean, one of the best trilogies in the history of wrestling with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And you could actually call it a quad because in 1994 he did another one with Ricky Steamboat that was really, really good at Clash of the Champions.
Yeah.
So, putting aside his personal stuff that, accosting a flight attendant, and you can say allegedly, but her story seems pretty damn plausible. And all the stories that I've heard of Ric Flair letting his dick out all the time from lots of people, I could see him being drunk and doing that on an airplane. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm not saying it did happen, but her account seems pretty plausible to me. So, but yeah, that was a good match with Rey Mysterio and Ric Flair. So, we will talk about stuff like that, when you have a nugget like that.
Yes.
Whenever he sends me stuff like that, I usually screenshot it, and so I remember things.
Speaking of nugget, I'm on that portion of Monday Nitro. On Monday Night Raw.
Is that when the nugget stuff starts?
Yes, nugget.
and it's a shame. It's funny in retrospect, but it's a shame that it happened to Owen Hart because that really hurt him, you know what I mean, as far as his character, I think, and because when he first attacked Shawn Michaels after In Your House DX, and he started the feud with Triple H, which sucks because he should have had the feud with Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
But once they started the nugget stuff, it just took all the fire out of it. It was cool when he joined the Nation and he was doing the Enough is Enough stuff, and I liked the tag team with Jeff Jarrett and then the comedy stuff with the Blue Blazer. But he should have been a main event.
Yes.
So.
And how many times have I said that they should have gave him a run with the world title?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He should have. Yeah. But in the Attitude Era, it wasn't going to happen.
No.
So follow all our social media, cheaphops.redbubble.com for merchandise, cheaphopshow.com. It's mainly a site to kind of steer people towards our social media and to this. So thanks for checking us out. And we hope you check us out again. Like, comment, subscribe. This one is actually 3 days or 4 days after we did our previous one. So we're trying to do it more often. And now that my employment situation has gotten better, and I have Tuesdays off, and sometimes he has Tuesdays off. That was real nice, real classy.
I'm a classy mother.
Hopefully we can record more. So thanks for checking us out. I'm Dave.
Starnick.
Pop guys out.